Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to get back to work on finishing out my woodshed. What we need to do right now is mill the lumber that's going to make the siding. And hopefully the logs I've got and the building I've started add up and we're going to be able to get enough lumber out of it. So the first decision we've got to make is the dimensions that we want to mill the lumber to. We'll have to go down and take some measurements, but we're going to do board and batten. So I'm thinking that's typically a 1-inch thick board on board and batten.
Roughly, yeah. I've tore down a lot of barns for the siding to make things out of, and it's generally 3/4 inch pine.
So if we,
with the water running down it, it's not staying wet, and it'll last. You know, some of these barns I tore down were probably 100 years old.
so first thing we need to do is go take some measurements and see how long this material needs to be, get an idea of how much total board footage we're going to need.
Lots.
So anything 8 foot or longer is going to do it.
So here's the building. This is where I stopped at. We still need our cross supports like we have here. We still need those run across this way. You said that's coming out at 8 foot?
Yep.
Well, that's good.
This is just a little over. Down there it was like 95 inches, and here it's 96 or 7. It is getting taller as you go down. You're going to want 8 foot or longer. This is almost 99.
I'm thinking I'm going to enclose 3 sides of this and leave the front open, obviously, for loading.
And you can do this section here, especially since it's up underneath an overhang, in 2 sections.
I might just go up to there to start,
Yeah.
because that's going to be about 8 foot too, isn't it?
It's around 8'6", I believe, 102, 103 inches to the center of the 2x.
And then what's the peak? I think it's about 10.
Oh, it's to go all the way up?
Yeah.
I won't be able to read the tape measure from here. Looking up into the what little bit of sunlight we've got, I can't see the numbers.
I can. 126. So if I wanted to do the ends in one straight run, we'd need 10.5 foot. But for most of this, 8 foot will do it.
Well, since it's up underneath the overhang, there wouldn't be a problem with putting it in 2 sections. And probably anything you've got cut for 8 foot is at least 8'6", so anything you've got should work.
Now I'm not actually sure.
That's about 8 foot, 8 or 9.
And that might be an oak log. I'm not sure.
Well, I just threw a tape down on what looked like the shortest of them, and see there you're at almost 9 foot, and you could tell these are long enough. They may be too long.
Yeah. So with these pine logs, if we square them up,
You might get a lot more material out of it if you cut back to about 8'6" or so, where it's
we cut these
big.
off here. It's pretty big diameter, and then we'll get another from there. This one has 2 9-foot sections in it, and then that means this one does too, but it's just really small diameter.
Yeah, it's almost a corner post size.
Yeah, you're only going to get 1 or 2 boards out of it. So I don't know. I think I'm not going to try to hold that board and batten, the wider boards. I don't think I'm going to try to hold them to an exact measurement. If they're 5 inches or they're 8 inches.
No, there would be no reason to.
Yeah, the only reason to care about that would be for the aesthetic of it. Then we've got these 2 trees here. This one has a big fork in it. It'd be nice if we could get our 9 foot before the fork. And it looks like it's just under 8 foot to that fork there. So by the time you come up 8.5, it's going to be hard to get much usable out of this.
Well, there are other things you can use pine for.
Yeah, because that amount.
But the section of limb here where it forks off is bigger diameter than your log up there.
Yeah.
And it does have some length. So
But see this amount of sweep in it here?
Uh-huh.
makes
That's
it hard.
You're gonna lose quite a bit there, yeah.
We'll give it a
And
try.
like I said, it's bigger diameter than the log you've got up there. The limb on this is bigger than the log up there, over there.
This one should give us a lot more lumber than that last one.
Uh-huh.
It's got some bow to it, but it might have 2 8-foot sections again. We really need 18 foot to get 2.
So about here is 17.
Okay. Yeah,
So
we should
yeah,
be able to get 2.
You could get 2 logs out of that.
Yeah. You could leave all those nubs on there, but what you find out is if they limit the way you can turn the log, because those nubs can't stick out past the back side because there's no clearance for the mill head to come down.
And one of them may be right at a bunk and throw you off that way too.
I didn't do a very good job of it, but as you limb a tree, the normal thing you do is walk up and cut it perpendicular, 90 degrees to the branch coming off, which leaves that weird little nub. And if you know you're going to be milling them, you limb that tree in a way where nothing sticks out. Those planks were 9 inches and we got 9 of them. Now, when you do board and batten, you put them tight against each other knowing that they're going to shrink and leave a gap, and that's what your batten covers. But 9 inches, 9 boards, it's 81 inches. It's about 7 feet of coverage.
Yeah. That was fun. Everybody needs a mill.
Absolutely. I like it when this guy has a good time. So that covers 7 feet, and it's 35 feet long, plus 12 foot, 60 feet that we have to cover. So we have to do 9 logs that size to do.
You need to get some more logs.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
And I have 9 logs, but it's a question of, do we want to mix pine and hardwood on this siding, or do I want to search out more pine logs?
I don't know if there's a reason behind it other than the fact that it's what somebody could get at the time, but I've tore down a lot of barns that were all pine, and I've tore down some barns that were oak. I used to reuse it and make barnwood products. But I've never seen the two together in one barn.
We may be a hodgepodge of whatever I find.
Yeah, yeah. I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't be all right.
I do have a few more trees I can cut. We cut up a total of 5 pine logs, and we got enough boards with a variance in width between 6 inches and 9 inches that we can do about half of the outer walls of the shed. About 30 feet linear of pine siding. And that doesn't include the battens. And that's pretty good progress for one day. Now, I recorded cutting every one of those logs, but I sit here and look at this footage. It's just completely repetitive, so I don't see any reason to extend this video longer than it needs to be. So I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.